watching Thug's career.
Oh, Thug's career?
I mean, he was the most abrasive rapper ever, and I loved him for that early on.
It's interesting because his career has gone from like people being like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
to now it's just this baseline respect that people have for him. Like it's just like, yeah, Young Thug, you know what I mean?
Right.
And yeah, I guess like seeing that from where it was to now, it's just people are such dick riders, yo. Because yeah, the reception to him was completely different before, but he always had people supporting him because he's always like he's extremely talented. That's never changed. But yeah,
I mean, he was the kind of guy where honestly, even if his music sucked, I feel like he still would have been famous because he was just that endearing of a character.
He's pretty just kind of interesting outside of just music itself.
Right.
But his music is actually crazy though. Like the way he's an underrated rapper. The way he raps is like really, really weird.
Yeah, probably like the most influential rapper of like the last 10 years, I would say.
Really? You think so? Him and who? Lil B?
Yeah, but don't you feel like the shadow of Lil B has been kind of
shaken
limited?
off.
Which I feel like is a shame, but he makes no effort to be in the public eye. He doesn't do any of the stuff that you would expect somebody in his position to do, which is that's him. That's what makes him him. He's never made the choices you would have expected from him. But sometimes I feel like the younger audience has kind of lost sight of how important he was.
Yeah, he kind of has this aura of I already did it. Like I don't have to do it. Like my influence is there. I don't have to do much.
Right.
So and I think people just respect it. But yeah, maybe Young Thug. Who else? Yeah, I can't think of what right now. But yeah, Thug would probably be the most.
Yeah, I mean we could sit here all day.
Chief
Probably
Keef.
think of some other good ones. Chief Keef, definitely for sure. Yeah, but okay, like you seem like a smart enough dude that like a lot of rappers claim that they don't read the meta commentary about themselves.
Oh, I do.
I don't believe that you would be able to ignore it. You just seem like the kind of guy who'd
They're
be
lying.
fascinated by it.
Yeah, they're all lying. No, everyone. I mean, I've been around people who are extremely famous and they read that shit. So I'm just like, I know you niggas that are under that are reading that shit. But yeah, I absolutely read it, especially if it's on my. If you at me, you know, I'm definitely gonna look at it. But it gives you a general perception of what people think of you. I mean, yeah, it gives a general perception of like the idea of you out there.
Right.
Because you can think you're a certain way. Like in my head, I'm a certain way, but to people on the internet and on the outside, I'm like probably just a weirdo.
Right, but do you put a lot of thought into how you present yourself on social media? Because I feel like that's a huge part of what your brand is. And if you were acting silly on your Instagram story every day, then that basically would change the way that you're viewed, you know?
No, I get drunk and I do various drugs and I just log into my Twitter account and just do whatever. I actually hold back a lot on my Twitter.
Right.
I could easily get myself kicked out of the industry like that.
Really?
But like, yeah, easily. But no, I just, do drugs and get online and say whatever.
Really? That's a mess right there. Like getting drunk and being on Twitter and just saying the craziest shit that seems funny in the moment doesn't seem like it usually works out well in the long run. Right?
This is the age we're in, though. It's like this is entertainment now. Like this is the shit I like to look at. People, real life fuckery. So I'm just like, why not? You know what I mean? And it's just like, because sometimes my life is hectic, but I just don't let people see it. But like, I just been getting closer and closer to it.
To really, truly not giving a shit?
To truly not giving a shit, to get to that point.
Right. Because the thing is that you could tweet one thing that would make you way more famous for that one thing than anything you've ever done musically, because there's so much more of an appetite for gossip. If you said Kendrick Lamar could suck my ass.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like complex headlines. It's on World Star. It's on everything, you know?
It's easy. And people know that you can do that. And then so people, it's just part of the game. I just see it now. It's just entertainment is a marketing scheme now. So it's just like people are mixing real life with fake shit. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. You seen that shit going on with Freddie Gibbs and Academics.
Yeah.
I low-key think that whole shit is fake. I don't know. I think there's some reality to it, but it just seems too like well thought out to me.
Mutually beneficial.
And like he's releasing an album and it's just like, it just seems like the new age. This just seems like some new age marketing. Like they got together and was like, I'm just gonna go in on you, you go in on me. Done. We get attention.